We have accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations accomplished in 4 years or 8 years, and we are just getting started. DOGE, perhaps you've heard of it, perhaps. Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight. Balance the federal budget. We're going to balance it. And I deployed the U.S. military and Border Patrol to repel the invasion of our country. My administration has acted swiftly and decisively to restore fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law, starting at the FBI and the DOJ, Pam. Small business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded, a 41-point jump.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning. Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order to the joint session. Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
I was making it clear to the president that he has no mandate to cut Medicaid. I have people who are very fearful. These are poor people, and they have only Medicaid in their lives when it comes to their health care. I'm willing to suffer whatever punishment is available to me. I didn't say to anyone, don't punish me. I've said I'll accept the punishment, but it's worth it to let people know that there are some of us who are going to stand up against this president's desire to cut Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security. He has no mandate to cut Medicaid, none.
Is the only punishment that you were kicked out, sir? Is there something?
I don't know. Whatever the punishment is, I'm not fighting the punishment. This is about the people who are being punished by virtue of losing their health care. This is the richest country in the world, and we have people who don't have good health care. We've got to do better. And now we're about to cut Medicaid, which is for poor people. Health care has become wealth care for many people, and we can't afford to let that happen. I'm also working on my articles of impeachment. This president is unfit. He should not hold the office. 34 felony convictions, 2 times impeached.
We really saw Donald Trump in his element. You know, he promised a shock and awe presidency, and he said that in his first 43 days, he has delivered that. Notably, he didn't back off a single thing he's done or promised to do, from imposing tariffs to taking over Greenland. But there are some signs of trouble. He imposed big tariffs just on Tuesday on Mexico, Canada, and China, and we saw the stock market plunge. We see the price of eggs being a problem for a lot of Americans, kind of a symbol of inflation. And he blamed that on Joe Biden, his predecessor. We see protests at the town halls for some Republican members of Congress, but you didn't get any sense of that from Trump. There was no sense of a president who is embattled or maybe embattled down the road. We saw some Democratic members of Congress not show up. There were empty seats in the hall. We saw a few heckle the president. We saw a handful walk out in the middle of the speech, and on the back of their shirts was the word resist. But mostly the Democratic stance underscored how little power they have at the moment. They had the power to sit there silently, to not applaud or stand up. So Democrats are still struggling to find a foothold to effectively resist President Trump.